You clicked on this video because you want to know the truth about the Queen Mary, and what you are about to discover will change how you think about haunted places forever. This is the real story of how a luxury liner became a floating tomb for over 150 restless souls. Long Beach, California, 1967. A massive ocean liner painted battleship gray glides into the harbor for the last time. The RMS Queen Mary had crossed the Atlantic over 1,000 times during her 31 years of service. She carried movie stars, royalty, and politicians in unmatched luxury. But she also carried something else: death, tragedy, and military secrets kept hidden for years. Today, the Queen Mary sits permanently docked as a hotel and museum. But guests do not just check in for the Art Deco elegance or the historical tours. They come for the ghosts, and this ship delivers. With at least 49 confirmed deaths aboard and countless others lost in a wartime disaster, paranormal investigators have documented over 150 different spirits haunting her halls. Some are playful children, others are angry sailors reliving their final moments, and a few do not want you there at all. The Queen Mary is so haunted that even skeptics walk away believers. Cold spots that drop 30 degrees in seconds, faucets turning on by themselves, doors slamming when no one is near, children laughing in empty swimming pools drained for decades. And that is just the beginning. We are about to take you deep inside the most haunted ship in America, and what we found will blow your mind. Let me take you back to 1934. The Queen Mary was built in Scotland as the ultimate luxury liner. But death came early. On June 5, 1934, construction worker Malcolm Aitken fell from the scaffolding and became the ship's first victim. Little did anyone know he would not be the last. When she launched in 1936, she was absolutely stunning. 5 dining areas, cocktail bars, swimming pools with mother-of-pearl ceilings, ballrooms with crystal chandeliers. This was how the rich traveled. Clark Gable, Elizabeth Taylor, and Winston Churchill walked her decks. She was the fastest ship on the Atlantic and held the blue ribbon speed record. Life was good until everything changed. September 1939. World War II erupted across Europe. The Queen Mary was stripped of her luxury: furniture, 220 cases of fine china and crystal, expensive paintings, all removed and stored. 6 miles of carpet ripped up, beautiful wood paneling covered in leather. Triple-tiered bunk beds replaced everything. The ship was painted dark gray for camouflage and earned a new nickname: the Gray Ghost. The Queen Mary could carry 15,000 troops at once. That is an entire army division on a single ship. She was so fast that German torpedoes could not catch her. Adolf Hitler reportedly offered a massive reward to any submarine captain who could sink her. But despite dodging Nazi U-boats for years, the deadliest threat came from an unexpected source: her own allies. October 2, 1942. The Queen Mary was racing through dangerous waters off the coast of Ireland, carrying 15,000 American soldiers heading to fight. To avoid submarines, she zigzagged at top speed. A smaller British warship, the HMS Curacoa, was sent to escort her. Big mistake. The Curacoa could not keep up with the Queen Mary's speed. As the massive liner made another zigzag turn, both captains thought the other would move. Neither did. The 81,000-ton Queen Mary slammed into the Curacoa at full speed and sliced it clean in half. The smaller ship sank in minutes, taking 337 men down with it. Here is the horrifying part. The Queen Mary could not stop. She had orders to never stop for anything, not even to rescue drowning sailors. The risk of German submarines was too great. She kept going, leaving those men in the freezing water. Only 9 survived. The incident was kept secret until after the war ended. Some say the spirits of those 337 dead sailors followed the Queen Mary, and they have never left. Deep below the waterline, 50 feet under the surface, lies the Queen Mary's engine room. This maze of pipes, machinery, and narrow corridors powered the massive ship across the ocean. It is also where one of the most tragic deaths occurred, and the victim still walks those halls today. The engine room has massive watertight doors weighing hundreds of pounds that can seal off compartments if the ship starts taking on water. During active years, the crew ran regular safety drills. Door 13 worked perfectly. Too perfectly. In 1966, during a routine drill, 18-year-old crew member John Pedder was working near door 13 when someone activated it. The massive door closed on him, crushing him instantly. John Pedder never left his post. Today, visitors report seeing a young bearded man in blue coveralls walking near door 13 before vanishing. People do not just see him, they hear him. Workers report whistling. Others say a young man asks if they have seen his wrench, then disappears when they turn to answer. The temperature near door 13 drops without explanation. Visitors feel overwhelming dread. Some hear screams echoing through the metal corridors. John Pedder is not alone down there. The engine room is one of the most paranormally active areas on the ship. Some investigators believe souls from the Curacoa collision are also trapped here. Visitors hear metal crunching and men screaming, followed by rushing water. It is like the collision replays over and over. The Queen Mary's 2 swimming pools, both long drained, are hotspots for paranormal activity. The most famous spirit is little Jackie. Jackie Torin was around 5 or 6 when she drowned in one of the pools. There is no official record, but hundreds have encountered her. Guests hear a young girl giggling, singing, and calling for her parents. Some play hide and seek with her from the balcony, watching a small figure peek out, duck away, then appear somewhere else. Psychic Peter James once had a 17-minute conversation with Jackie, captured on audio. Witnesses see small, wet footprints walking from the pool, even though it has been empty for over 30 years. Jackie is not alone. Another girl named Sarah, around 7 or 8, also haunts the pools. Sarah protects Jackie and can be aggressive. One investigator was slapped by an invisible force. The 2 girls are often heard singing together. Guests also report seeing a woman in a 1930s bathing suit. She walks around the pool and vanishes. 2 World War II soldiers have been spotted, always together, and they straighten people's clothing if they think you look sloppy. The pools are like a paranormal playground, with spirits reliving their happiest moments, forever trapped. Imagine waking up to find a dark figure at the foot of your bed, then your blankets ripped off by invisible hands. That happens so often in Stateroom B340 that the Queen Mary closed the room for 30 years. In 1948, passenger Walter J. Adamson died in this room. The cause is unknown. Shortly after, hauntings began. Guests reported running faucets even though they turned them off, lights flickering, doors opening on their own, knocking from inside the walls. The scariest reports came from people waking to see a shadowy figure at the end of their bed. This entity would pull the covers off and vanish. Some felt an invisible presence pushing on their chest. Others felt ice-cold hands touching them. The room smells of cigars and perfume, even though smoking has been banned for years. After decades of complaints, the room was closed in the 1980s. It stayed closed for over 30 years. Recently, they reopened it for brave souls who want a paranormal experience. If you stay in B340, do not expect a peaceful night. Every haunted location has a lady in white. What makes this spirit fascinating is how many people have seen her over 50 years, always in the same place. The Queen's Salon used to host elegant gatherings. Today, late at night, security guards see a woman in a flowing white gown. She appears near the piano or dance floor, swaying as if dancing to music no one else hears. Then she fades away. In 1989, 2 cleaning crew members found a man sitting alone in the center of the dance floor, staring silently. They called security, and while they watched, the man evaporated into nothing. The ship has other spirits too. A well-dressed man in a top hat frequents the bar. He walks up behind people, clears his throat, then walks through a wall. A ghostly officer appears on the bridge. Children are spotted where kids used to play. The Curacoa sailors make appearances near the bow. What makes the Queen Mary unique is the sheer number of documented encounters, thousands of witnesses over decades. Security footage captures unexplainable shadows. Audio recordings pick up voices that should not be there. Why is the Queen Mary so haunted? What makes this ship different? Experts have theories. First, the sheer human energy. Over 31 years, she carried 2.2 million passengers. During World War II alone, 810,000 troops sailed on her. Millions experiencing intense emotions, joy, fear, grief. Paranormal researchers believe strong emotions imprint on physical locations, especially metal. Second, traumatic deaths. At least 49 people died on the ship. Many more may have died during war years when records were not kept carefully. The Curacoa collision added 337 more deaths. Violent deaths create stronger hauntings because the spirit does not understand what happened. Third, the ship stopped moving. For over 30 years, the Queen Mary sailed the oceans, always in motion. But in 1910, she stopped forever. Some experts believe this permanent docking trapped the spirits attached to the ship. They are stuck, endlessly reliving their final moments or happiest memories. Finally, the ship's construction. The Queen Mary is made of steel and metal, materials that some believe can store and conduct paranormal energy. The enclosed spaces and numerous rooms create an environment where spiritual energy can concentrate. Whatever the reason, one thing is certain. The Queen Mary is not just a retired ocean liner. It is a monument to the past, a time capsule of history, and a doorway to something beyond our understanding. The ghosts are real, the stories are documented, and the ship continues to reveal new mysteries. So the next time you are in Long Beach, maybe book a room on the Queen Mary. Walk those haunted halls. Listen for children laughing. Feel the cold presence. Just remember, you might not be alone, and what you experience might follow you home.